Somewhere right now, someone with a completely normal day job is making more money after 6 p.m. than they make between 9 and 5. They're not influencers. They're not crypto traders. They didn't quit their job to follow their passion. They just found one boring thing that pays better than people expect, and they kept doing it quietly while everyone else was scrolling. I went through 10 side hustles that regular people are running alongside full-time jobs, and I ranked them by how much income they generate for how little time they actually eat up. Some of these are going to make you uncomfortable because you've probably walked past the opportunity 100 times without seeing it. If you only try one thing from this list, make it the last one. It's the one with the best ratio of money to effort out of all 10. Number 10. Flipping retail clearance items online. This sounds like a hobby, not a hustle, until you see the math. Someone spending 4 hours a week walking clearance aisles, buying deeply discounted items, and reselling them online can pull in $1,500 to $3,000 a month in profit. The skill isn't buying low, it's knowing exactly what resells fast versus what sits in your closet for 6 months. People dismiss this because it looks like shopping, but shopping with a resale spreadsheet in your head is a business. The barrier to entry is basically zero, which is also why most people never take it seriously enough to systemize it. What separates the people making real money here from the people with a garage full of unsold inventory is a simple rule most never write down. Only buy something if you already know, before you pay for it, exactly where it sells and roughly what it sells for. The moment you buy first and figure out the resale later, you've turned a business into a gamble. Number 9. Freelance bookkeeping for small businesses done after hours. Nobody dreams of spending their evenings reconciling someone else's spreadsheet. That's exactly why there's room here. A side hustler with 4 small business clients, each paying $400 to $600 a month for basic bookkeeping, is already clearing $2,000 monthly, working maybe 6 hours a week total. You don't need a CPA license to serve a business that just needs its receipts organized. You need reliability, which is rarer than people think. Number 8. Renting out specialty equipment you already own. Pressure washers, trailers, drones, even a truck with a hitch. If you own something expensive that sits idle most of the week, someone nearby needs it for a weekend and would rather pay you than buy their own. One person renting out a single enclosed trailer on weekends brings in $200 to $400 a month for doing almost nothing beyond a handoff and a pickup. The asset already exists. The side hustle is just remembering it's an asset. Number 7. Local SEO and Google Business Profile Management for small businesses. Most small business owners have no idea their Google listing is costing them customers. Someone who learns to optimize photos, respond to reviews, and post updates consistently can charge $300 to $500 a month per client and manage it in under 2 hours. 5 clients is $2,000 a month for roughly 10 hours of work total. This one stays under the radar because it sounds technical, when really it's mostly consistency dressed up as expertise. Number 6. Weekend event bartending and staffing. This one's physical, which is exactly why fewer people stick with it. Experienced bartenders working weddings and private events earn $35 to $60 an hour plus tips, and a busy weekend of 2 events can bring in $600 to $900. The people who turn this into real income aren't the best mixologists. They're the ones who build a reputation for showing up early and never causing a problem, which gets them rebooked without ever advertising again. Number 5. Managing short-term rental turnovers for other hosts. Airbnb hosts hate 2 things: cleaning and communication. Someone who handles turnovers, guest messaging, and restocking for 3 or 4 properties can charge $50 to $80 per turnover and easily manage 15 to 20 turnovers a month around a day job. That's $1,000 to $1,500 monthly, and the host never has to think about it again. The opportunity exists because the actual host doesn't want to do the unglamorous part of hosting, only the profitable part. Once you're trusted with 2 or 3 properties, hosts start referring you to other hosts without you asking, because a reliable turnover manager is genuinely hard to find and even harder to keep once you have one. The referral chain does the marketing you never had to do yourself. Number 4. Selling digital templates or spreadsheets for a specific profession. This one sounds oversaturated until you get specific. A general planner template competes with thousands. A cash flow tracker built specifically for food truck owners competes with almost nothing. Creators who build one well-designed tool for a narrow audience and sell it for $15 to $40 can generate $1,000 to $4,000 monthly passively once it's built, because the work happens once and the selling happens every day after that without them present. Number 3. Tutoring or coaching in a skill you already use at your job. You don't need a teaching degree. You need something you already know someone else's employer would pay to teach. Excel, a coding language, standardized test prep, a foreign language you speak fluently. Tutors charging $40 to $80 an hour who fill even 6 hours a week are earning $1,000 to $2,000 monthly from knowledge they already have sitting in their head, unused every single day at work. Number 2. Buying a small, already profitable online asset instead of building one. This one flips the whole side hustle idea on its head. Instead of starting a blog, a store, or a channel from zero and hoping it works, some people buy small existing websites, newsletters, or online stores that already have real customers and real revenue, often for 2 to 3 times their annual profit. You skip the years where most projects die before they earn $1, and you start from something that already works. It's the difference between planting a seed and buying a tree that already has fruit on it. Number 1. Any side hustle you turn into a subscription instead of a one-time sale. And here's the one, the principle that connects everything above it. It's not a specific hustle, it's a decision. Every idea on this list can be sold once, or it can be sold every month. The tutor can sell single sessions or a monthly coaching retainer. The template seller can sell one file or a membership with new templates every month. The equipment owner can rent once or sign a standing weekend arrangement with the same renter. The side hustles that quietly outperform a 9-to-5 are never the ones with the highest one-time payout. They're the ones where the same customer pays again next month without being asked twice. Think about the difference this way. Selling a single lemonade earns you 50 cents once. Getting the neighborhood to pay you $5 a month for a standing lemonade delivery earns you the same 50 cents, except it shows up every single month whether you make a new sale or not. That's the entire gap between a side hustle that stays a side hustle forever and one that quietly grows past the income of the job you're doing it alongside. There's a reason this pattern shows up in every single entry on this list once you look back at it. The bookkeeper isn't paid once for a project, they're paid every month the client stays in business. The equipment owner isn't paid once for a rental, they're paid every weekend someone needs a trailer. Even the turnover manager isn't paid once per property, they're paid every time a guest checks out. None of these people got lucky with one big sale. They all quietly built the same repeating structure into something that looked, from the outside, like 10 completely different jobs. And that's really the whole trick behind a side hustle that eventually out-earns the job funding it. It was never about working more hours after your shift ends. It was about making sure the hours you already worked keep paying you long after you've stopped thinking about them. I'll leave you with this. The people actually making more from their side hustle than their salary are almost never the ones with the most interesting hustle. They're the ones who picked something unglamorous, stuck with it past the boring middle part everyone else quits during, and built it around repeat customers instead of one-time ones. Nobody posts about their bookkeeping client roster or their trailer rental spreadsheet, but those are the side hustles quietly out-earning full-time jobs everywhere you're not looking. If one of these 10 surprised you, hit like. It genuinely helps this reach more people who need to hear it. Subscribe if you want more of these breakdowns, and tell me in the comments which one you're already halfway doing without realizing it could be more. I read every comment.